Hey everyone, welcome to the Stash Bandit Studio. I'm Diane Harris here with scrappy tip number 1. Let's talk about value. What we mean by that is just the lightness or darkness of a fabric compared to its neighbors. If we look at these patches here and we ask which one is the dark, you would definitely say it's this blue. But the thing you really have to understand about value is that it's relative. Let me show you what I mean. If we instead compare these two patches and ask now, which is the dark, you would definitely say it's this red. So the thing about value is that, especially for medium fabrics, whether it's going to be a light or a dark completely depends on what it's next to. What is it going to live near in the quilt design? I pulled some blocks this morning from my orphan bin to illustrate this a little further. So these are Anita's Arrowhead blocks, which is a great little block with an ingenious construction technique, but these became orphans because my fabric choices just didn't work. You can see I have a lime green print here and a red print here, but they're both kind of medium and there's no difference between the two, so the design of the block is lost. It all just mushes together. This next block, same thing happened. A white background print near a red print, and there's not enough difference. There's no contrast. There isn't one that's considerably darker than the other, so the design is lost in the patchwork. And a third example, you can see again why it became an orphan. There just isn't quite enough difference between this pink and this green and white print here. So I thought this morning, okay, I'm going to make a really high contrast block to illustrate how the block looks when it's done well, when it works. And here's what I came up with. Now you can see how Anita's Arrowhead looks when you make good fabric choices. So there's a lot going on in this patchwork. The diagonal lines are everywhere, and diagonal lines create great movement within a quilt. And so because there's so much beautiful stuff going on in this block design, you really don't want to distract from that. You don't want to take away from it with fabric choices that don't work. So here you can see I picked a really clearly dark fabric and a clearly light fabric. Now the beauty of the patchwork is highlighted and it shows up nicely. And so as you're going forward with your patchwork, think carefully about values, lights, mediums, and darks, and how each fabric looks compared to its neighbors, compared to what it will live next to. And I think you'll find that your patchwork will improve. Thank you so much. See you next time.